Steve Royle
on BBC Radio Lancashire.
I'm joined in the studio by Chonkinfeckle. Good morning, fellas.
Good morning.
Good morning, Steve.
I'm going to have to bring you in, first of all, as judges on this and arbitrators, because it's just going absolutely crazy. We're trying to construct 12 Days of Christmas, and I thought I'd completed it about half an hour ago, but then we're suddenly getting a lot of people being even more imaginative than I thought. There's some that are generic, obviously. I mean, we started off with some of those, with the, Downham Ducks and Typhoon Jets. You don't matter what number you put them in.
Right.
But then when you start getting further down the list, you see the traditional song, you've got pipers piping, so you've got to try and think what would be piping, what else on that line, you see, and then you've got lords are leaping. What else is leaping?
Salmon leaping.
Well, exactly. Well, this, you see, that's what we've got. Loon salmon leaping. I'm trying to just find out. There's so many texts here, it takes me ages to go through them, but that Jessica in Blackburn suggested that one, and then just in the last 10 minutes or so, we've had people like, let's have a look, Gary and Tracy on the way to Rossendale from Blackpool. They said 10 Britannia nutters, coconutters. Right?
Hey.
Berry black puddings. We're discounting. We're having to discount Berry because it's technically in Greater Manchester now. Unfortunately.
Okay.
So the black puddings are out. We can't put black pudding into this song anymore.
Or Uncle Joe's mint balls, because that's the same again.
Well,
Wigan.
That's Wigan. Yeah, we've let you come in on the show. So
we've had to have the injections, though, haven't we, really?
Any references to Wigan we can allow. You can be honorary. If you're involved in anywhere in the Wigan area, you're honorary Lancastrians just for today. All right, we'll let you call yourself Lancastrian. How about cloggers clogging? Now, before he had Morris's dancing.
It's got to be an even number, though, the clogger one, hasn't it? You can't have an odd number for clogging.
Can you not?
They come with birds, don't they?
Peg leg.
I see what you mean. Because now you've got me confused. You see,
so it's got to be 10 or 12. Then,
yeah, but you see, it's 9 ladies dancing. I thought we could change the 9 ladies dancing to 9 cloggers dancing. But you're right.
I dare say there might be somebody out there who buys one clog, but.
Yeah, well, you
not
see.
Common,
there we go. We've got 2 Unidexters.
I'm keeping quiet on this one.
2 Unidexters on there in the group, so that we could get it in. We see others people. Susan in Clayton the Dale saying Pendle Witches. You could get them involved. 5 Cotton Mills. Bernard in Preston's thrown me a little bit off guard with 6 sheep's heads. I don't know whereabouts in Lancashire.
No, I know about cow heads if you're from West Darton, but the 6 sheep one, I don't know about that one.
Sheep heads, I don't know where he's got that idea from. I'm worried. Can someone track this fella down? I don't know what he's doing on the weekend.
We need a ride into Preston, I think.
We've also, Harry in Banks says, for 11, obviously, you're thinking football team, so he's gone for 11 North End players, but I think then we're going to get confused. Blackburn will start kicking off, Burnley will start kicking off.
How many's on the cricket? Lancashire cricket, how many's on the team?
11 in the cricket team.
I know, but you cause conflict then, don't you?
You could have your 12th man. You could involve your 12th man, and then you can. Then it's Lancashire cricketers, but technically they're over in Old Trafford, which is Manchester now. It all gets very, very confusing. We'll have to arbitrate later on in the programme, I'd say. But listen, fellas, thanks for joining us. Tell us a little bit about yourselves, first of all. Tim?
As I said, from Wigan, and when I'm not doing this stuff with my mate over here, like you say, I'm a rat-catching chimney sweep.
Which has got to be a dying trade in most ways.
Well, the chimney sweep was... I mean, the reason I got into that is when I got my house in 98, I phoned up... There was 2 numbers in the yellow pages, the old yellow... When it used to be about 2 inches thick, and now it's about 3 millimetres thick. I phoned up these 2 chimney sweeps, and they both said 6 to 8 weeks before they could get out to me. I said, are you winding me up to sweep a chimney? Yeah. So I got this old guy from Charlie, and he kept saying, I'm trying to retire. Anyway, he came out, showed me what to do. He said, you can do it yourself. So I ended up doing that. Then I did my mates, and then that started. But the pest control, I've been doing that for about 20 years. I've started off with Wigan Council and now work for myself. So I can combine the 2.
I bet you've got some great horror stories. Then
so if there's a rat up or flu, I can. I'm the one for that one.
You've got a niche market with rats up flues.
Definitely, yeah. I mean, normally it's pigeons. You get pigeons up flues, but
do you get invited to weddings?
Yeah,
because that's supposed to be lucky to.
That's it. Wedding, I mean, I got a phone call about 4 years ago, and they said, "Do you do weddings?" And I said, "No." And then I thought, Googled it, and it's more popular down south.
Is it?
So I did the last one in Blackpool, and it was a gypsy wedding.
Yeah.
And wonderful, absolutely brilliant.
And you just turn up, and what did you do? Did you have to do anything practical?
Well,
I'm dreading to think where you put that brush, to be honest with you.
My little lad, you see, he's 9, so he's keen, so he gets dressed up, I get dressed up.
Oh,
so I went into a wedding shop that was closing down, so I got the top out, the tails and everything.
Yeah.
And I went out, and I said, what do you do? I mean, basically you just greet the bride and groom. Yeah. Wish them all the very best for the future. And I give them a little figurine made out of coal of a chimney sweep. Do that.
Oh.
Then you just pose for photographs, pocket the cash, and after 15 minutes, you're gone.
That's brilliant. I like that. Where do you get these little figurines made of coal?
He curves them by hand.
I do. Spend all night chiselling away.
I've got this idyllic dream of you stuck up a chimney with a little hammer and a chisel, chipping away while kicking rats off your feet. That's the way I see it.
There you go. That's what I do at weekends.
Tim Chimney.
Well, now you just get them off the internet. Or you can go into these craft shops there. I mean, you can get great big things there made out of this cannel coal. Yeah. And cannel coal's clean. It doesn't create any dust or anything like that. So... But yeah, they're quite good, so they're happy with that sort of a thing.
We'll chat more. This is fascinating. And we'll chat more about Les and your life and taxis.
Well, yeah.
Can we find the taxi theme music for Les? It'll be coming up in a short while. I was going to ask you, what influences your music, fellas? Where do you get your influences from, Les? Taxi driving?
Well, that's where I get a lot of the song ideas from taxi driving, because when you drive a taxi, you get to listen to the conversation in the back seat, and you get some very nice stories.
That's got to be a perk of the job there. There's surely a book in that, never mind a few songs.
Well, I've managed to scrape about 120 songs out of it.
Really?
Well, I've packed in taxing now. I don't do it anymore, but... I did it for 20 years. That was long enough. It felt like 30 years, but 20 years is a long time to do anything.
Have you got any great taxi stories of picking up celebrities or anything like that? Or unusual people you had to most unusual pickup you had to do?
The only famous people I picked up were footballers, really, because being from Wigan, we at the time, we were in the Premiership, we used to get... decent amount of footballers getting taxis back to their penthouse suites in Manchester and what have you, or to the casinos, wherever they would go.
Who was that you picked up, that radio DJ?
Oh, crikey.
Annie Mac, was it?
Oh, you'd have to give me a minute on that one. I've picked quite a few people.
Me, was it?
Train station was shut when you had to run them somewhere.
Oh, no, that was... it was Anne Nightingale and Katrina Lenska, the woman from...
Katrina and the Waves.
I was in Katrina and the Waves. All right.
They'd stopped the trains at Wigan because the line was blocked, so they had to get to the BBC in London because they were doing a big interview with the Bono. But it wasn't me who took them, it was my driver, so I was a day off that.
Oh, you missed out on it. You missed out on it. Wigan is classed as Greater Manchester, but come on.
I mean, who decides that? Some muppet with a pen, he'll go, right, there you go.
Someone with change the boundary. There's probably some, I don't know, some real political reason for it, but we all know, you're all part of Lancashire.
Yeah.
If you can pick up the station, you're part of Lancashire. That's what I say. So our boundaries are endless, to be honest with you, because we're digital now as well. Yeah. So there's probably people listening in America right now. Morning, America. Welcome to Lancashire. Let's have a tune from you, fellas. What should we play?
Well, there's this one that's describes basically all the good, the bad, and the downright outrageous tackle you can pick up at your local car boot sales.
Here we go then. This is Car Boot and Chonkinfeckle.
Car boot, you can get what you want if you're willing to root. Get yourself down to your local car boot. Sale. I got Miss Double Hobbies, first CD, an alarm clock that brews your tea, spur needles for me record player, a poster of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, a powered aerial for me telly, a puncture repair kit for me wellies. All this good stuff and more, bargains galore. On the car boot, you can get what you want if you're willing to root. Get yourself down to your local car boot. Car boot, you can get what you want if you're willing to root. Get yourself down to your local car boot. I once thought I'd died and gone to heaven. I found a fully boxed up Johnny 7. Wait till you hear the best bit. Go on. He only gave 25 quid for it.
Should have snatched his hand off. Just in case you're wondering, a Johnny 7 was indeed a toy machine gun with 7 features: detachable pistol, grenade launcher. And if ever you played army against a kid with a Johnny 7, you were gonna lose.
Oh, I got a lawnmower in need of attention.
Some DVDs you'd rather not mention.
A chopper bike needing a wheel.
Some Cuban shoes just wanting a heel.
A dodgy card from my Sky TV.
5 packs of bacon for the price of 3.
All this good stuff and more, bargains galore. On the car boot, you can get what you want if you're willing to root. Get yourself down to your local car boot. car boot. You can get what you want if you're willing to root. Get yourself down to your local car boot. But you gotta get there early though. There is nothing else to it. 'Cause if the dealers get there first,
You're gonna get left with all the inferior quality goods.
car boot, you can get what you want if you're willing to root. Get yourself down to your local car boot. Car boot, you can get what you want if you're willing to root. So get yourself down to your local car boot. Sale.
Loving it, Chonkinfeckle and car boot song. Yeah, that was lovely. That I really enjoy that. It could have gone in our list, to be honest, on our 12 days of Christmas car boot sales.
Could have done.
It's a very Lancastrian thing. Mentioned there that Johnny 7.
Johnny 7, yes, the best toy machine gun a child could have, you know.
And did you have one yourself as a child?
I
Or
didn't.
have you ever found one at a car boot?
I mean, well, that's what goes in the song. When I was younger, all my mates had one. They must have been better off than us. You don't understand that when you're little. It's just we never had one. And if you were playing against somebody who had a Johnny 7, you were going to get beat every time. It just had loads of features about it. Yeah. About 7, I would imagine. But years later, I did find one at a car boot sale, and it was boxed. It was in a box, and it was in probably mint condition, and he wanted 20 quid for it. And I thought, that's a bit steep. But it was the only time in my life I'd probably have ever had one. But by that time, I was too old. So I didn't buy it.
Oh, you didn't buy it?
No, I wish you had done.
Oh,
it was probably worth
that
more.
Sounds like, I was going to say, that sounds like 20 quid
now,
for
really,
something boxed. And
I know, I
bet
should have
that's
bought it. I could have probably knocked him down to 50p. You know, it's like at a car boot sale. They always start off at a ridiculous price.
You know, I think I'm going to have a look on eBay in a second then.
Oh, don't. You'll break
sorry. Well, I might not. You're all right, you were right. 18 quid's the highest bid they've got on here.
I'll tell you something about toys. My kids, when they were younger, had a Stretch Armstrong. You know,
I know Stretch Armstrong.
You want to see how much they're going for now?
What, original
ridiculous price, over 100 quid, 120.
No way!
Tell you.
For a Stretch Armstrong?
How many of them have gone in bin?
I know.
That's just...
I think mine got it.
When you think about some of the game, like it says Stretch Armstrong, just stretching something.
It was great.
It's just
buy some blue tack or something. There you go.
Give someone some elastic for Christmas.
It was therapeutic.
Oh, you did, didn't it? Stretch Armstrong.
Stress release.
I think that'll have to be a phone-in. Maybe next week we could do that on the phone-in and get people phoning in. What's the most useless toy? The most ridiculous toy of all time?
Yeah.
I remember the Furbies. They were like very early. Remember the very early Furbies, the first ones.
Were they like
those little fluffy things, and you spoke to them, and they spoke back to you.
Aye.
But they didn't speak back English. You go, and apparently, if you spoke to him enough, they'd start having conversations with them. So you'd go, "How are you?" They go, "Oh, really? Shall we go shopping?" And then if you didn't turn them off, my daughter had one, and she had the Furby 2, which was like a few years later, and the second lot came out, which confused people in Yorkshire because they were buying each other planks of wood for Christmas. They were, I like a Furby too, Mum. All right, don't worry, Dad's down at Woodyard now. I don't know why you want some Furby too. Hey. Anyway, they were my daughter's bedroom. You go in at night to check on kids and just get, no, shut up.
Brilliant.
Shut up.
Yeah. What were them Tamagotchis? They were something else. You had to feed them.
Yeah.
And they'd wake you up in the middle of the night.
Virtual pets.
Exactly.
And they'd start beeping and saying, I need feeding on, I need my bed cleaning or something like that.
Great present.
I think the trick with all those was to take the batteries out.
That's the best thing to do, to be quite honest.
Don't even let the kids know it worked.
There's a scene in the pantomime this year where at the very end, I don't want to give anything away, but I end up with 2 lightsabers at the very end, holding Abenazer, the villain, to hostage. I'm not giving away the plot here, don't worry. Anyway, I'm older, and the thing about these, because they've been just in a big dramatic fight, they're still making the noises. They're turned on, so they're going. And I've got this horrible noise, this noise going on. They're glowing, and I have to find the off switch, and they're the fiddliest off switch you can ever imagine. So if you look at me very carefully during that final scene, you'll just see me going, "What the can't get me fingernail?" I've got some heartbreaking news for you here, Les.
I can see it from where I'm sat,
where you're sat there.
and I'm not very happy about
We've
it.
looked up, I mean, the Johnny 7 rifle, boxed up, here on it, and this is I don't. There's 19 bids. There's 108 watching. 19. This hasn't even sold yet.
Oh no!
And it's currently at £210.
That would have been what they call a good investment.
That would have been
20
that
quid.
would have. I tell you what, you'd be going on with the golden gavel from bargain on.
Thing
that
is,
one.
now everybody's going to be looking for one, aren't they? So I'll never get one there.
And you're not gonna. Look at that. Even look at that. You could have even sold it for parts.
I know. I can see.
There's one little bit here. It says the Johnny 7 replacement spare missile rocket long shaft stem. That's just a part of the gun for £12.50.
Blow me neck.
Oh, absolutely. We're going to have to cheer ourselves up. The best way to cheer ourselves up, I always find, is to do a show and tell. I like doing this. Each week, I ask my guests to bring a show and tell. Now, have you brought a combined show and tell, or have you brought a single?
I've brought one for two reasons.
Right.
First of all, I remember a couple of weeks ago on your show, you did a gig somewhere and you had some real ale you brought back.
I did, and
one got donated to the tombola, I seem to recall.
It absolutely did. In fact, whoever's got that was last night, the Christmas fair. If you went home with that lovely, Oakham beer, then good on you. Enjoy it. I didn't get the chance to.
So
so you brought me a bottle of beer?
Well, what it is it's a bottle of real ale, but there's a local brewer who's decided he uses Lancashire names for all his ale, and he's put our name on one of his bottles of beer.
And a little picture of you guys.
And a little picture
so that's the Martland Mill Brewery who've got Chonkinfeckle beer.
Aye, and it's for sale at the moment.
Can I have that?
Yes, I brought it for you.
That's against all BBC guidelines, but I think technically, as my other was stolen, it might be a buy.
Well, you can always donate it to a tombola if you want. You don't have to drink it, you know.
I'm going to go home and hide it. That's what I'll do. Chonkinfeckle, golden yellow ale with citrus hop aroma, floral notes, and a pine finish. That's a great name as well. I play a game when I do TV warm-ups. I do a game called National Bitter or National Winner.
All right.
And what I do, I pick up the Grand National winners of the last 150 years of the history of the race, and pick a local beer. And it's amazing how many people think, it'll be easy. But it's really tricky. There's things like Punt Gun.
Yeah.
Now, there's one. Punt Gun. Is that a beer or is it a winner of a Grand National?
No.
See, they're not easy, are they?
I was going for a winner.
I would have gone for a winner.
You see, it's actually a beer, that one. Punt Gun is a beer.
It's a tricky.
But you see, whatever way you say that, Chonkinfeckle is a good example. Because if you're commentating on the race now, okay, this is back in whatever. And in the final, Chonkinfeckle ahead from the Queen's Horse on the far side. It's still Chonkinfeckle by 3 lengths. Chonkinfeckle is extending his lead out at 4 lengths. It looks like Chonkinfeckle with the title this year for the Grand National. See, it fits there. But then, in the same light, as obviously it is, you go into the bar and say, a pint of your finest Chonkinfeckle, please, barman.
Yeah.
You see horses' names and beers.
It goes both ways.
Absolutely.
Excellent.
Absolutely.
Well,
that's a very fine.
Yeah.
And what an honour.
So it's always big thanks to our mates, Paul and Daly down at Maitland Mill for sorting.
So is that your combined? Is that a combined one? Did you bring one yourself?
I am.
Tim.
Steve.
What's this one now? Look at this.
Now then.
I think this is how we first met because of this.
No,
isn't it?
those ladders are the thing, not me door behind where I'm standing.
Okay, so you brought a picture of you leaning on some wooden ladders. Good quality.
Red ladders.
Good quality.
Now, which famous Bolton person used red ladders?
Oh, yeah. Well, there's only one person I know from Bolton who's famous for using ladders. It's got to be Mr. Dibna himself.
That's the
Fred
one.
Dibna?
Yeah, so I do use Fred's ladders on my daily rounns.
Serious? How did you get all of these ladders?
Tell him
Then?
Well, I mean,
This is great.
Do you remember that time when they had to get a call out? It was Fred. I don't like this. I don't like. You do a better impression.
No.
Fred stuck at top of a chimney without his ladders. What would he say?
But what the bloody hell do I get down from here? Please,
Tell him how you got
How
on,
did you
Tim.
get hold of them?
well, like we said when we first met up, and we're like, "What do you like?" Oh, Laurel and Ida, we both like that. And then Fred Dibna. So when the Fred Dibna house came up for sale, a guy bought it. Leon, he's turned it into the Fred Dibna Heritage Centre.
Oh, right. Okay.
So we went down. We'd done an EP of Fred songs. Les thought he saw Fred when he was at school climbing a chimney. I met Fred when I was 15 in Tilsley. He was knocking a chimney, and my dad took me to see him. And then we went round to the house. We said, "There's this EP you can sell for raise funds for this heritage centre." Yeah. So we saw the van. He said, "What do you do?" I said, "I sweep chimney." "Oh, do you want to come and sweep the chimneys in Fred's house?" I thought, "Do I?"
Mr. Chimney himself,
I'll have some of this one. Because Fred installed these fireplaces in it, so we went in the house and we're like, wow, here we go.
And he broke a piece off.
To take a bit of Fred Chimney.
Well, I hope Liam's not listening to this, because he'll know now he's broke it.
He suffered from bad flu for years after that.
I put the brush on, there was like a little brass tap on the front of this fire, and I got the brush on, I thought, it'll not come out, and I go, and the next thing, the brass tap went, dink, and it had just...
But why was it up the chimney, the brass
It
tap?
was like it was like the tap, but it had a rod going through the back.
But what was the purpose of that?
Well, I think
water. For years ago.
Yeah,
years ago.
so there was a tank outside, so that would have operated the water system, you see.
Yeah.
But me being the genteel person that I am, when I've yanked the brushes there and it snapped off this rod at the other side. Cheers,
And
pal,
did you never?
No, I was saying, tell him how you got the ladders though. How did you come?
Well,
across
that's a little set, basically, what fits into the back of the van. So I said to Leon, instead of payment, can I have them rad ladders there? Because I've got a big transit van and I can't get my big ladders, so those are for me to get my ladders off the top of the van. So it's ladders.
Never even thought
for
about
ladders.
That. That's brilliant.
Yeah, no.
It's the only way you can get them down, isn't it?
Yeah, when I first picked up the van, I thought,
Please tell me you have a little stool to just get up to get them ladders.
Well, I did. I had a caravan ladder at first to get into the back of the van. But
to get the ladders out, to get the ladders
out. But before I got all of those, Muggins here, knowing what I'm like, sent me this thing on eBay again. He said, "Luke, what's for sale on eBay?" And it was a set of Fred Dibna's red ladders, but they were the full length one. They're cut down,
right?
Full length. They're about 18 foot. So I've put a bid on, and I'm like watching it as you do. And it's creeping up. I thought, I'm having them. No matter what, I am having them. So I've gone bang, last minute. Wonder things. So in a fit of excitement, I thought, hey, I've got them ladders, we're going to Bolton. So I've jumped in the van, shot down to Bolton, but I've left the screen out. Wife's coming, hasn't she? She's like, hey. So we've gone to Bolton, picked up the ladders, had a chat, gone round to Graveyard with these red ladders over protruding the front and the back. Got back home and she stood at front door, like, and I thought...
You couldn't hide them, really. How were you going to get them in the house?
I can see you've got them ladders. I said, well, it's like this, she said. And she said, you've left the screen. I thought, belting. Yeah.
Oh, that's cruel. That is almost like when I often catch my wife, when I come in at night, I turn the telly on, it's always on the last channel you're on.
Oh, yeah.
She's got wing of it now, because I used to say, well, so what you buy last night, love? How do you know? And because it was always QVC, all these shopping channels. Any other shopping channel is available as well, of course. And they'd pop up like that, and I'd go, oh no.
Well, how's that do that?
The credit cards took a hammer in again.
Them other channels he was watching, though.
Right, yeah. Listen, now our special guest this morning have been Chonkinfeckle. Now, fellas, you've been absolutely brilliant. We've got so many stories we've never got to chat to. You've got some great gigs as well, and some horror gigs as well. Tell us about this one. Wigan Rugby, obviously, but you were booked by your greatest rival, St Helens.
St Helens v Warrington.
The local radio station said, do you want to do some pre-match entertainment? We said, hi, belting down at the DW. Yeah. Oh no, St Helens versus Warrington. Sticks a Wigan bandit middle. And I had a THS base then, and it said Wigan T on the front, and I'm there covering it up, like,
you just getting abuse for that's got to be the toughest.
There was only about 19,000 people in.
So you were all right then.
You
So that must be a horror gig. What about best gigs then? I'd see you've done a ukulele festival in the Czech Republic.
We did, yeah. They flew a Wigan band out to Prague. So can you imagine? Yeah. And we got interviewed on the radio as well. In
Czech radio, huh?
Yeah, in whatever the language was, I'm not sure, because we couldn't tell what they were saying. So somebody was translating the question, then we give them the answer, then they had to turn the answer into English to tell the woman so she could tell the public. It was
so we had to try and speak proper English for once.
It was not easy.
What you're saying, Tim. This poor girl, I bet she had to go for a long lie down, probably for several days.
You can see all this frowning going on, but yeah, we got away with it.
Sure. And also, Tim, you were resident DJ on the Anthony Cotton show. It was a short-lived episode.
It was.
Really? It says here 2007.
Yeah,
as far back as that. And our Ted was the warm-up man.
He was.
Yeah,
it was brilliant. I was a DJ, mobile DJ at the time, to try and top up my wages, and I just got this phone call one day from a producer saying we're looking for a mobile DJ to do this new show, and I'm like, looking at the phone, thinking this is a wind-up, because I had no agent or anything like that. So I went down to Grenada, had a thing, and he said, yeah, you've got the job, and that was it. So I met all these wonderful people like Brian Blessed, and I remember you popping in because you're doing Mastermind next door.
Oh, right, yes, I did. I did actually. Well, I know Anthony Cotton from way back. We went to Oldham Theatre Workshop together.
Yeah, and his mum Enid used to come in. She was a woman. So it was really, and it was just nice to be at Grenada, that iconic place, you know. And I'd have my butties walking down Coronation Street and stuff like that. Brilliant. Yeah, fantastic.
Anyway, unfortunately, time's got the better of us. We'll play one song to finish, but before you do, any gigs coming up? Anyone catch you over the Christmas period?
Well, we're on Monday. We're with your colleagues over at BBC Manchester.
Right.
We're over at the Lowry Theatre.
Which is part of Lancashire.
It is.
Don't even know why they bother with that, man. Radio Manchester, do you? Why bother? Why bother?
Hey, Mike Sweeney's Christmas extravaganza.
Never heard of him.
No.
Never heard of him.
Well, Ted Robbins is there.
Is it? Oh, I've heard of him.
Buzz is there with the Bradshaws.
Buzz Hawkins as well, yeah.
John Culshaw, Rowetta from the Happy Mondays.
Russell Watson.
And us Chonkers will be there.
Brilliant.
So we're doing that on Monday, so you can listen in to Radio Manchester, and then that's basically it for this year.
Fantastic. Well, listen, we'll play out with this one. I do believe this is what sums it up.
This is
I'm
the one
from
that
Wigan.
started it all.
Here we go.
I'm from Wigan, me. I'm honest as can be. No, I'm not one to tell a lie. Cross me heart, hope to die. I'm from Wigan, me. I'm honest as can be. No, I'm not one to tell a lie, and I bet you're just like me. Well, I got chucked out of the swimming baths. The attendant screamed in rage. I said all the kids are peeing in the water. He said you were standing on top stage. And my mother had sent me with a fiver. She said only spend £1. I said that's strange, I can't find my change. I must have dropped it down the grave. I'm from Wigan, me. I'm honest as can be. No, I'm not one to tell a lie. Cross me heart, hope to die. I'm from Wigan, me. I'm honest as can be. No, I'm not one to tell a lie, and I bet you're just like me. And we got booked by a bobby once for pitching eggs from a bird's nest. And it was amazed that we all had the same names and we lived at the same address. And I once gave my teacher a note trying to explain why I'd been off bad. And she made me write it out 100 times because I signed it Mum and Dad. I'm from Wigan, me. I'm honest as can be. No, I'm not one to tell a lie. Cross me heart, hope to die. I'm from Wigan, me. I'm honest as can be. No, I'm not one to tell a lie, and I bet you're just like me. Now kids today, they're just the same. They can't lie straight in bed. And as much as I love the little monkeys, I don't believe out they've ever said, because they're from Wigan as well. And as far as I can tell, they're just as straight as me. They reckon I've taught them well. I'm from Wigan, me. I'm honest as can be. No, I'm not one to tell a lie. Cross me heart, hope to die. I'm from Wigan, me. I'm honest as can be. No, I'm not one to tell a lie. And I bet you're just like me. And I bet you're just like me. And I bet you're just like me. And I bet you're just like me.
Wow, fabulous Chonkinfeckle there on BBC Radio Lancashire. What's coming up, Glenn?
Me in a studio with Wigan fans when I'm a St Helens fan.
Gosh.
I know, right. Coming up, it's The Hunt, and we are live and direct from Blackburn Town Centre today. It's going to be a fun one, guaranteed.
Wonderful.
On radio, on TV, on your tablet, mobile and PC.
The county's radio station. This is BBC Radio Lancashire.